It's recording.
It is. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Welcome to Much Ado About Nothing, where we talk about a lot and we talk about nothing.
And just like Freddie Adu's career, this will probably fade into obscurity in about 3 weeks. I'm Luke.
I'm Began.
And we're just a couple of American idiots
Thanks, Green Day.
that we just love the beautiful game, and we're pretty hardcore into the Premier League, the English Premier League. But we dabble about all sorts of. We dabble about the dribbles. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, we'll roll with it. Cool. So
First order of business.
Super Cup just
The
finished.
Super Cup just finished.
Just finished, like not even an hour.
Less than an hour ago. Penalties. I don't like penalties.
Yeah.
I'm not obviously. I'm a Man United fan, and he's a Liverpool fan, and so
Got some bad blood with
Villarreal.
Villarreal.
Yeah. Don't
But
like
also,
Villarreal, but I also
hate
hate
Chelsea.
Ooh.
I hate them so bad.
I hate them worse than I hate them. So penalty shootouts. The Super Cup just went to penalty shootouts. And so did the Europa League final, which Villarreal was in. And of course they couldn't do it against Chelsea. But they did it against us, which is awful.
Yeah. I think it's great.
But and then so Villarreal really gave it to me this year. Beat us in the Europa League final and then lost to Chelsea in the Super Cup. So not happy with old Unai Emery.
Euros, anything to say about the Euros?
Yeah, Italy. Italy came back from the dead, apparently. Went from not qualifying for the World Cup 3 years ago to winning the Euros.
Yeah,
Got
Mancini
on board.
Great job. Great job.
Got Chiellini back and Bonucci, the
Stalwarts.
the stalwarts back from the grave. The old lady. God.
Old. They're just
The
old.
old.
They're just old.
Well done, Italy. It sucks that Spinazzola was probably going to be the player of the tournament until he, what was it? His Achilles? He tore his Achilles?
I don't know. He was running down the sideline and then he pulled up with something.
I think it was his Achilles.
Yeah.
Bad. Anyhow,
Yeah.
Italy still won it. Congrats to them. Christian Eriksen, obviously.
Moment of silence.
Really glad that he's alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether or not he ever plays football again.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
I hope he does too, man.
He's one of the. I think
He's one of the.
He's one of the.
He is.
He's a fantastic player, and they made it to the quarters.
Which was great.
Quarters, especially like losing Christian Eriksen,
And then
pretty
losing
much
the first
more or
game.
less being forced to come back and play like a couple hours later.
Yeah, that was rough.
And it was either play now or play in 12 hours, and it's just like that's no choice at all.
No.
Um,
So lost to Finland, and then rallied.
yeah,
And I think a lot of their players and just their energy and their passion came from just doing it for Eriksen.
yeah,
So good to see.
in that respect.
England, wolf boy. A couple of Man United boys come on and miss a couple of penalties. That was a real kick in the penis for me. Didn't like that at all.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But that being said, they have a lot of young talent, and I think they will still continue to do good work on the international stage in the coming tournaments.
it's still coming home.
So Euros, Turkey,
Turkey
the very light horses.
played like a bunch of turkeys.
Yep,
I'll tell you that.
played about as well as a bunch of horses would.
Yep.
They sucked. I thought they were going to do better. They didn't.
Everybody did. Everybody thought they were going to be the dark horses, and they just
Weren't.
What did they do? Lose 3 games?
Yep.
But did they? They didn't even tie.
No, they
Oh,
lost
no.
all 3 games. And just.
Well,
So yeah, I think that's the Euros wrapped
that's the
up.
Euros wrapped up, and
The Premier League is
the
back.
Premier League is back. The meat and potatoes of this. Oh, are we calling this a podcast?
Cool.
A show?
This is a.
This is a.
We don't know what this is. This is an official Premier League.
Officially licensed.
Nope.
Barclays
Nope.
Premier League
Premier
is
League's
back,
back.
and I
Couldn't
couldn't
be
be
happier.
more excited, man. And the fans.
Are back. I'm a fan, and I'm excited for the fans to be back.
Oh,
I just want to
dude.
see them in the stadium going nuts and throwing beer.
I want to
and
hear the chants. I'm so tired of like canned audio.
It's just. I found myself. I watched a part of a Liverpool preseason match because I was so desperate to watch soccer.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
Yeah, it was rough. About 20 minutes in, I caught myself,
Yeah, I watched the
punished myself severely.
Man U preseason friendly match with QPR highlights just to
watch us lose.
Yeah, just to rock myself to sleep at night. So I can understand it to a certain extent. Opening fixtures. Let's go. Let's just go down.
Yeah.
Let's go down the list. First up, the curtain raiser. We got Brentford at home to Arsenal.
First versus third.
First versus third. It's the only. It's an Arsenal fan's favorite time of year.
The only time they'll be top.
Exactly.
Of the table.
It's Arsenal, man.
It is Arsenal.
I have Brentford winning this.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna. So who's that one? Who's their big goal threat?
Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Wanna say?
I think he's gonna.
He's a big lad, and he's a presence.
Whether or not he maintains any sort of consistency, I could see him having kind of like a Pookie thing from a couple seasons ago, where he came in hot, won the Player of the Month award for the first month and everything. Whether or not he keeps it up, I don't know, but
he hasn't gotten it up yet. He hopefully will. I have Arsenal losing this as well. It's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal.
I think they're going to continue their. Oh God, yes, it's great.
Mikel Arteta's getting sacked before, I would say, the end of October.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd say might be one of the first managers to go. I can see if Arsenal has that string of mediocre / poor results, then I think they will. And I think he's going to go. I'm
honestly surprised he still has his job, man. They didn't. This is the first time in 25 years they don't have European football.
It sounds like a Big Sam job to me, to be honest. But we'll see.
Pulling for Arsenal to get relegated. I think Brentford's going to win 2-1, 3-1, somewhere around there. I think
they'll score.
Arsenal's going to score.
I think it could be a pretty cagey match.
Yeah.
When I said I had Brentford winning, I would like for them to win. I think
Arsenal's going to pull it?
Arsenal might win, but I would like.
I could see a 2-2 draw.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. 2-2 seems reasonable for that as well.
That's
second fixture is
Man U Leeds. First match.
That's it. 7:30
Saturday morning.
Yep.
I will not be up because I don't care. I'm not getting that. I'll get up at 7:30.
Yeah, that's fair.
For all of the Liverpool matches, but
yeah. I think United's going to take it. I think we'll concede a goal.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to concede, but I think we'll probably beat them. I think we'll put 3 or 4 past them, to be honest. Yeah. Wow. Opening day, a lot of statements to be made. Obviously, Sancho and Varane are very, very, very exciting. Can't wait to get them on the pitch and see them in action. And I think in terms of more signings, I think it's been a pretty good window. Pogba seems to be staying, which I'm actually happy about.
Yeah, that's good for y'all.
It is. It's going to be kind of a bit of a trust thing between Pogba and United, because we're trusting him to stay on and sign another contract and not let him go for free. So hopefully he does.
Does he have 1 year left?
This is it. This is his last year.
Jeez.
So I don't know why he wouldn't want to stay, especially if we have a good season and we just sign players like Varane and Sancho. That's pretty big.
Statement of intent.
It is. We're intending to challenge for the Premier League and make a deep run, if not win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So that being said, I think a 3-1 victory for United, I think, is a pretty reasonable prediction.
Plus, it'd be good to get the season off to a good start against an old rival.
Yes, very much so.
So,
yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
You're going for 3-1.
Going for about 3-1.
I don't know what I'm expecting from this match, because I feel like you guys should win it, but with the way Leeds played last year, it's
they don't hold back.
Amazon should just go ahead and just devote all or nothing.
Dude, just
another season just to Leeds, because that's how they play.
Plus,
are they doing it with Arsenal?
Plus it's Marcelo Bielsa. Right. He's the OG coach, man.
Dude, he's
the one they all learn from.
Yeah, he's like the progenitor of.
Good use of progenitor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I barely know her, but thank you. He's a legend.
Yeah. He also would be an extremely good candidate to have an all-or-nothing done. And Leeds, obviously.
Yeah. Especially fresh back in the Prem.
Fresh back in the Prem, history.
Second season back in the Prem.
Yeah.
I think
for the amount of time that they've been out, I think fresh back is still a relevant term to use for them.
Leicester, Wolves.
You and I have talked about Wolves coming this season, and I think we share the same opinion. I think they're going to struggle.
I have them as they're going to be in the relegation zone. Whether or not they get relegated, I don't know.
I think at some point they'll flirt with it.
Who's their new coach?
I don't know.
Tight. I don't either.
I don't know where my phone. Bruno Lage, Lage, also looks to be Portuguese.
Makes sense. They've got a theme going.
Yep. Yeah, that's him.
Cool. They've lost a lot of key players in the last couple of years.
Namely, I think the biggest loss that they just took is Rui Patricio.
Yep. And last year they missed out, or they sold Jota to Liverpool.
Yeah. Jimenez is probably not going to be the same player. I hope he is.
I do too. For
his sake, because that would just be a wonder story.
So Wolves, Leicester. I see Leicester taking that.
I would say like 3-0.
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah.
I don't see Wolves scoring.
I think they're.
I think Leicester are. Have they held on to James Madison?
Yes,
they have.
They have the core of their.
Also signed. Damari Gray.
Yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah. Did they sold Wesley Fofana though, right?
No, Fofana just got injured. Oh. He has leg broken in a preseason.
Oh. Next we got Chelsea Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, I see Chelsea winning that.
Easily take that. I think Crystal Palace is going to get relegated this season.
Patrick Vieira is not going to be in the hot seat for long. I don't think so.
I also don't like Patrick Vieira, so
yeah.
I hope that he stays with them all season, and then on the last day they get relegated, and then he gets fired, and then they hire him back because they're going to be in a relegation battle in the championship, and then I hope that they get relegated on the last day of that as well.
And then they get disbanded.
And then Patrick Vieira goes and kneels in front of Roy Keane and apologizes for everything.
I think that's a pretty big ask.
Yeah. So you heard it here, folks. Folks, first, you heard it here, folks.
Here, folks. That's what I'm here for.
Cool. Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea takes that easy. What would you say? Especially after just winning the Super Cup, they're going to be coming in on a high. I think it's going to be...
If they don't put 3 or 4 past them, I'd probably be pretty surprised.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking like...
Yeah.
It's going to be... Especially because like a lot of people are tipping them to win the league this year. They're going to come out with a statement of intent.
One thing I do want to branch off and talk about real quick is Romelu Lukaku, who apparently, as per Fabrizio Romano, if you don't follow him on Twitter, he is pretty inarguably the most reliable source when it comes to transfer news. His word is pretty much solid. It's pretty much, if you know who Fabrizio Romano is, then you'll know the phrase, "Here we go." Yeah. He always says that when he confirms signings. The "Here we go" is confirmed for Lukaku, I believe. There's a video that came out and he landed in London. So he'll probably be on the bench for their opener. If not, he'll be in the squad for their second league match.
Right. I imagine they would want to at least get some training with him before he even makes the bench.
Yeah, probably. That being said, having a Romelu Lukaku on the bench for your first game, not a bad idea.
We've got Mike Dean's first match in charge.
Mike Dean.
Dean Watch.
Watford versus Aston Villa.
A Grealishless Aston Villa.
But who did they just sign somebody?
Did they?
Yeah. No, they got who did they get? I know they just got somebody. Danny Ings.
That's right.
That's right.
Fantastic signing for both parties.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we'll get to Southampton in a second. I don't think they're going to do really well this year.
Danny Ings is going to be if he's healthy, I think he's going to be an extremely good addition to Aston Villa. Yeah. Him and Ollie Watkins, I think, will do well up there.
Absolutely.
Obviously, losing Jack Grealish is going to be a big.
Yeah, I mean that's like asking any team to replace their best player. I don't think you'd go about replacing them. You can't get a like for like with players like Jack Grealish or KDB or Mo Salah or Bruno or anybody. Any of your top players at any club, you don't replace them. I think you figure out how to work without them.
Yeah.
And
hopefully
move on.
Yeah.
You know.
So, Ings, I think will do well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Villa are going to be a mid to high table finished this year.
Yeah.
Mid to high does not mean top of the table. High mid table. So probably hanging around like 8th place.
Yeah, could be
7th
pushing
place.
for like the Europa Conference League. Everton, Southampton.
I think they're going to struggle. Southampton. If they don't start to claw their way through games, then they're going to have the same run of form at the end of last season.
They also lost their best striker.
They did to injury, and then they lost him to transfer.
Yeah.
I think Southampton are going to struggle in this game. I think Everton's going to win. That being said, I think it's going to be a
bit
pretty cagey affair.
Yeah. I think I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see. I hope Rafa Benitez. I hope he does really well, but I hope Everton still get relegated. I say this every year. I hope Everton get relegated.
How do you feel about Rafa being at Everton?
A lot. Pretty much. I feel if this had happened in like 2010, I would have been like, how dare he? The absolute betrayal. But he's been to a few different clubs.
Yeah, he has. That's fair.
I don't think his legacy, what he did with Liverpool, will never be forgotten. He loves the city. He loves the city of Liverpool.
He does.
He's maintained a house there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did he rent it to somebody? Like players?
I don't know. I know Brendan Rodgers rented his flat to Jurgen Klopp when Klopp first came in. Yeah. But, Rafa, I hope he does really, really well. I hope his players let him down.
Fair enough. Cool. So in terms of score predictions, Everton.
I see Everton
1-0 or 2-1 probably.
Yeah.
Southampton.
Yeah,
I think
they're not going to blow. They're not going to blow away Southampton. No. That doesn't come until like October usually. Whenever they get their 9-0 defeat.
I don't think this will be it.
This is not going to be their 9-0 for this season.
Yeah.
I see Everton by 1 goal. Let's see. Next up, we got a dull Burnley-Brighton match.
You and I share the same thoughts on Burnley.
Yeah.
Burnley are an annoying club who only train to block shots and injure people and just
they're like the most Sunday League Premier League team.
Yep.
That are out there. Hey, credit to Sean Dyche, I guess, for making his team
stubborn and annoying.
Yeah.
But that's really all they are.
That's all they are. They never challenge for anything. I'm like, don't you want to do anything?
I like Brighton as a club.
I do too.
They're by the coast. Yeah. They had a good story when they came up. Seagulls. That's about it. Lallana. Don't care for Burnley. Don't care for Lallana.
Burnley Brighton. Honestly, I think that's going to be a 0-0 draw.
I was like,
it's either 0-0 or 1-1. Norwich Liverpool.
Straight off the bat, I'm going to say I think you guys are going to win that by 2 goals.
Yeah.
At least. I don't think Norwich is going to be able to handle Solomon.
They have pretty much the same team from 2 years ago when they were in Prem last.
They're going to struggle defending against you guys.
Yeah.
You'll dominate possession. I think the telltale moment on whether or not you guys concede, I don't think you're going to lose. But the telltale moment will be if your center backs hold up.
Right, and that's our biggest question going into this match is who is going to partner with Joel Matip, because he's been he clocked up our most minutes out of any outfield player.
Right,
I think.
right.
He's proven his fitness, which for Joel Matip is a big deal because he hasn't had an injury-free season in a long time.
Yeah.
So it's great to see him back. He's such a character. He's a weird,
big lanky boy.
He's a big, lanky Cameroonian dude who also speaks German.
He speaks German?
Yeah, no, he.
Cool. Oh, he played in Germany for a long time.
He played in the Bundesliga for a while. Yeah. That's.
I don't know.
Anyway. Hertha Berlin, maybe.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, whoever partners up with him, they have Allison behind them.
Which is
I'm not concerned about us, shipping a bunch of goals in our first match.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be interesting to see.
It will. I could see 3-0. I could see 3-1. I could see 2-0.
Yeah.
I think we'd also take it by 2 goals.
Well, I think we've scored 4 goals in the opening match the last 3 seasons.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pulling for another 4.
Another 4?
Yeah.
Cool.
I want all of our front 3
to score. And then I
don't know, maybe a Fabinho screamer from
something
25 yards out or something. I'm really excited for Harvey Elliott this season. He's an incredible young talent, coming off of a strong season in the championship with Blackpool, and he's one to watch, man. He's like, no, I don't want to go out on loan. I'm staying and fighting for a spot, and that's the kind of
from an 18-year-old.
That's the kind of attitude that you need.
Yep.
That's who you want in your squad.
Exactly. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Although I despise him, but
just for the fact that he plays for Liverpool.
Correct.
Yeah. Naby Keita.
Yeah,
he's fit. He's not injured. He didn't injure himself for 3 whole matches. It's incredible. I love to see it. And I hope we get to see the player, much like with Werner, I hope we get to see the player that Keita was at Leipzig.
Yeah.
The reason we shelled out $53 million for him.
That's
or
fair.
However much it was. That's about it for Liverpool, I think.
Okay.
Sad that Robbo's gonna miss the first section of games before the first international break.
Yeah.
It's not too serious though. It's just basically a bad twisted ankle.
As a fellow Scotsman, my sympathies go out to him.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't care.
Newcastle, West Ham.
You don't have much love for Newcastle, do you?
No, I want them to go down. I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But they're they've just let somebody else have a chance.
Yeah, I don't really care much for Newcastle, honestly.
Yeah.
The Tin. I don't care.
Cool.
Tin.
The Tin.
The Tin. If you've never watched Goal, the movie Goal, go watch the movie Goal. Not right now. Finish the video first. But.
Yeah. Or just put it on mute and start open a new tab or turn on your TV or whatever and watch it.
My TV.
Newcastle, turn
my on.
Mern.
That's good.
I think West Ham's got it. They had a really strong season overall last year. They were always annoying around the.
Missing Jesse Lingard.
Hey man, that's true.
Everyone's missing Jesse Lingard.
I'm not.
Even United.
They had a solid season.
They did,
beginning to end.
Thomas Suchek, I think, is a person to talk about. Yeah, good player.
Yeah, they had a fantastic Euros.
Yeah, on top of a fantastic season.
I don't think West Ham is going to do nearly as well this year because they have European football to contend with.
Holy crap! They're in the Conference League.
No,
they're in Europa League.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
West Ham
of all ages
with David Moyes as their manager.
Doesn't make sense.
I love to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it too, I guess.
Actually, I hate to see it.
You're like, wait a second. Actually, he managed United.
What you feel.
Yeah, I need to see it. Yeah, I think West Ham will win. I agree with you, though. I don't think they're going to place as high up. However, I would like to see them make a good run in Europa League. Because I like seeing random Premier League clubs who...
It's like when Wolves was in there a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, even Leicester.
Yeah.
I would like to see Leicester do well.
Yeah.
And the Europa League.
Yeah.
I don't care if Newcastle go down or not. I don't think they will.
I think I have West Ham winning this. Newcastle have just been... It's kind of similar with Brighton. And Burnley, honestly.
Kind of just been there.
They've been in the 14, 15, 16, 17 spots for the last few seasons, and one of them is going down this year.
That's true.
One of us is going down. In the 38 matches, Newcastle going down, swinging. Last game to wrap up match day 1. Tottenham Man City.
Ooh, okay. You mark my words.
Get out your pen and paper. Mark them.
Mark that.
Marky.
Tottenham is going to get hilariously embarrassed.
First match or all season?
First match.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty
Imagine
bad for
Kane
him.
netting the winner though. And then before the window closes, signs for Man City.
So you've heard it here first. Harry Kane will get the
Scores the
winner,
winner.
for Tottenham Hotspur and then walk off the field and sign a
Straight
contract
into Man City's dressing room.
for
It's his last audition.
It is. I think that City is going to score a lot of goals against them because I think defensively they're going to break down. That being said, I am kind of oddly, and maybe not that oddly, focused on Jack Grealish for this.
I don't think he's going to start.
I don't think he starts either. I think he'll definitely play.
Yeah. I mean, that's still £100 million is a lot of money to pay for somebody who's not going to be starting. But, I mean, he's new to the system, yada, yada, yada. If he's not at least challenging for a starting spot by the end of the first month, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
It is.
But, I mean...
That being said, Sterling fell out of favor with Pep last season pretty quickly.
True.
So we know how they can field two freaking teams. City can. I mean, let's be honest.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Their depth is ridiculous.
It is. Ridiculously deep.
Tottenham. They got Nuno.
I like
playing
Nuno.
in the Europa Conference League. I still don't exactly know what that is.
We're gonna find out.
I know it's like the third tier of...
Do they have a opportunity to get into the Europa League final?
I think so.
I feel like they do as well.
I don't know why.
Because I don't think it's a separate... I think it's a feeder competition effectively to the Europa League.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like where if you win Europa, you go into Champions League next year, or if you win... Because I know like it's designed to give all like a ton of other teams who just generally never have a chance to play European football to play European football.
Yeah, well, what I was more of getting at is I wanted to see if they were going to feed into the Europa League that same season. If they win a certain amount of number of games, do they have a
like
larger group stage in the Europa League group stage to accommodate the winners of the?
Have a ton.
That's true, actually.
Because the third spot in all of the Champions League groups goes into the Europa League.
So maybe the Europa League conference will be its own thing with its own final and own trophy.
I think it will be, and I don't feel like looking it up.
Me neither.
You have to tune in next week to
there's the cliffhanger.
find out, or you can just Google it yourself.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
We're the only source of viable information.
It's true. We are the greatest football show in this room. Tottenham, Man City. Any other things? Any other? I mean, I'm excited. I hope Nuno does well.
I do too. I like Nuno. I don't mind Tottenham. I think that it's going to be interesting to see what Dele Alli does this season.
I hope he has a good season.
I hope he does too.
I hope he does. He's had.
He changes look up. He does some cool stuff sometimes.
He does. Lamella's gone. No more bonus this year.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You have City winning?
I have City winning pretty handedly. That being said, I would like to see a good game.
Yeah. As long as when it comes to City, man, dude, I feel like they're gonna win every game.
Me too.
I just hope that their opponents, whoever it may be, just at least doesn't just let them run over you.
I think I feel the same way. I would like to see Tottenham win this game.
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur, if you're watching this video, please win this game.
Yeah.
Because some of the rest of the league needs a freaking chance.
Yeah.
To catch up.
I think I have City winning it. I'd like to see Tottenham win it.
Same.
Cool. That's the first match week.
Cool.
Let me check my notes. Let's talk about our relegation candidates and our European candidates.
Relegation candidates.
Who you got?
I think number 1, Watford.
So do you mean number 20?
I mean number 20. Relegation candidates, though. Bottom 3. My first relegation candidate is going to be Watford. Traditionally a yo-yo club, just like Luke said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
With, I think, Troy Deeney leads the line. He's like 33 years old, and is not going to be scoring enough goals for them to stay up.
No.
They'll concede a lot of goals. Ismail Assar will get sold. That's pretty much it. Crystal Palace. I think they're going to go down. I would like for them to go down as well.
Yeah.
Kind of tired of them.
Yeah.
The third spot, to be honest, I can tell you who I'd like to see. I'd like to see Burnley go.
Yeah.
But I don't think they will.
No, they're too stubborn.
Yeah, I think it could be a Newcastle, a Southampton. If they continue in the same vein of what they did at the end of last season,
yeah,
they could be in real trouble.
Yeah. I think they would fire Hasenhüttl before it got that dire, though.
I agree. But yeah, I've got Watford, Crystal Palace, and I'll throw Burnley in there. Burnley's a bold pick.
That's fair. That is bold.
Yeah, who we got?
My picks, I'm going to say Norwich. I as far as like order of these, I'm not too sure about that, but I think Norwich, I just don't see them having the firepower or the defending power to stay up.
So what you're saying is they won't score more goals than their opponents score.
Correct.
Enough times.
Not enough times to stay up. I am honestly very surprised Cantwell is still there. I wouldn't be surprised to see him move either at the end, before this transfer window ends, or in January, especially if they're doing terribly already. I think he's too good to be... He's like one of the only better than championship standard players that they have. Pookie is not going to come in and light up the league like he did for a couple months last time he was up, because, I mean, he was like new blood, taking everybody by surprise. I think they're a little bit wise to it. I think Norwich is going down.
That's fair.
I would love to see Watford go back down. I'm still bitter about them breaking our unbeaten run a couple seasons ago. And I think I would like to see Crystal Palace go down. Somehow, something just makes me think that they're going to stay up. I don't know what it is.
I hear that.
Southampton.
It's a big if, but it's a probable. Well,
yeah.
It's a
Again,
real big possibility.
I think a lot of it will depend on how they start. If they start poorly, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like backwards. I feel like if they start poorly, they fire Hasenhüttl, get somebody else in.
They stay up.
I would love to see Slaven Bilic back in the Prem.
Ooh.
I was a little bit disappointed that West Brom got rid of him so quickly last year.
Yeah. Well, that make room for Big Sam. Takes up a lot of room. Because he's big.
I get it. I don't get it. Stop. Yeah, I could. If they start poorly, I think they're going to stay up.
That's a very, very good point. Actually,
if they start mediocre, I think they're going to go down because they're going to hold on to Hasenhüttl too long. I sound like I have something against Hasenhüttl. I'm just very surprised that he still has the job. They lost their main attacking threat.
And we saw directly how that firsthand how that impacted them last season.
Yeah, because Danny Ings missed, like 2 months? Like that?
Maybe more.
It was
bad. It was right when they just started to decline.
Yep. So, I think I'm going to go with those three: Norwich, Watford, and
Southampton.
I'm going to say Southampton. I hope it's Newcastle or Burnley, but I think it's going to be Southampton.
Okay.
European spots. Who you
European
got?
spots.
Top four. Let's start with top four. Who do you think's going to win?
City's obviously the team to beat.
Right.
As far as teams that will be challenging City, Manchester United is probably poised and expected to challenge for the title this year.
You said United?
Huh?
You said United is poised.
Yeah, Manchester United are probably expected to challenge for the title this year.
Like to be like the main.
Probably. That being said, I think Chelsea have a very, very strong shout in challenging City for the title. And then, obviously, I don't think you can ever count Liverpool out.
No.
Not with the players that they have, not with the mentality and the history that they've had with Klopp.
Yeah. A lot of players coming back.
You have a good signing in the back.
Yeah.
I think, and it's all about the mentality and the consistency for Liverpool.
Yep.
They have the talent.
And we will have our fans, the Anfield faithful, back. That's gonna be big for every club.
It will,
obviously, but there's something about
that
Anfield and Liverpool supporters that, like, I mean, dude, you saw it over the last several seasons how, like, Klopp brought the fans in.
Oh, yeah.
And just, like, they were already insane, but they just, like, went to another level.
different beast.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see them back. But do you think that's your top four?
Yeah, I think City, United, Liverpool, and I think Chelsea.
So just exactly how the
pretty much,
finished
man.
last year.
Pretty much.
All right.
I think that Tottenham and Leicester will miss out probably towards the end of the season. Leicester, yep. Last 4 games of the season.
Yep. So you have them for your Europa League spots?
I think so. I also I have Leicester for Europa League. Tottenham is really going to depend. But I have them in my other Europa League spot.
Yeah.
Would have said Villa if they kept Grealish, to be honest.
That's
but
fair.
I don't think they're going to come back and have a good enough season in order to get into Europe.
Yeah.
Arsenal have something to prove.
They do. I don't think they're going to do it, but they do have something to prove.
If Arsenal don't get into a European spot in some way, shape, or form, it will be an absolute disaster.
Yeah, it already is.
It already is an
It's the
absolute
first
disaster.
one in 25 years that they have.
If they repeat the process, I think they'll fire the club.
The whole club.
Yeah, all of them gone.
Top down.
Yeah, I think that's my top European spot predictions. What about yourself?
Liverpool's gonna win the league. I really feel it, man. I'm not just saying that. I am, but I have reasons. We kind of like with Arsenal this year. We have something to prove. We got rocked last year by injuries, and then our forwards just decided to stop scoring for a couple months. And all the other stuff going on that goes along with that. I think we were heavily tipped to retain the title last year, and then
Everything happened.
So I think we're getting top 2, if not the title. I think it'll be Liverpool. I think City and United are going to be second and third. Switch them around. Fourth, God, I don't know, man. Chelsea look really good. I think those are going to be the top 4. It's hard to see it being any other team.
I think, unfortunately, I think Chelsea might end up coming in second this year.
Yeah, a lot of people have them tipped to win the league.
I don't, personally, because I don't think they'll be able to win those games that really are going to.
Yeah, I mean, we saw
the
they
league,
kind of fell off a little bit towards the. Dude, they finished. They were in. Were they in second for a little bit before you guys?
Oh, they were in second for a while.
Yeah, and then they almost missed out on Champions League.
Yep.
So they have that bit of frailty in them.
They do.
However,
Thomas Tuchel is good.
Yes,
Good coach.
I think.
I think the freaking addition of Romelu Lukaku is going to be a huge problem for the rest of the league.
Yeah.
I've said it a bunch, but if you add 20 goals, give or take, to Chelsea,
Yeah, I think that's the top 4 though. I don't see. I don't like Tottenham are going to be. I think they're entering. If they can keep stuff together enough and give Nuno time without completely falling apart, I think they are at the beginning of a rebuild.
I think so too. I think Europa League spot would be good for them this season.
Yeah,
I think if they keep Kane,
I could see them in 5th.
I could too.
I don't think West Ham are going to have enough to keep a European spot for next year or for this coming season. I see Leicester
and Tottenham.
Leicester and Tottenham. I would love to see Leicester in the top 4 and just kick Chelsea out. But
I would too, actually.
based on recent experience, I don't think that's going to happen.
They don't tend to do that.
They don't.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid...
Which, I mean, for a team that just really came up into the Prem for the first time in a long time, just a few years ago, really, like, dude, it's not been that long, like, and they're already just like European, like they should be considered one of the big six clubs instead of Arsenal. Like, that's a huge impact to be made within just a few years.
I was about to say, since Leicester won the league,
Yep.
they have done more than Arsenal has.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure probably finished higher on aggregate.
Yep.
Of all the years combined,
Yep.
which is what aggregate means, than Arsenal have.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be able to crack top four, but...
Yeah, I think that'd be a big shout,
Yeah.
a big ask for them.
And I kind of want to throw Villa up there. I just want to give them some hope. Some hope. I think they're going to get Conference League.
I think so
I
too.
hope Arsenal just finish 10th. I hope they get relegated. That would be wonderful.
It would be wonderful.
All right,
Very
that's
low press enter. I don't think it's
cool
recording anymore. We're having a severe equipment malfunction,
It's
so
true.
what we're gonna do is...
Do you have any AAAs by chance? If not, it's okay. We can just finish it right here.
No, I do not. Well, due to an equipment malfunction, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there.
Yep.
Really excited for the Premier League season to start.
Got through everything. The sun's setting. It's
Time.
getting dark. It's
Time
time
to
to
go.
it's time to go. Real quick, let us know what else we should look at. Who, what, where, when, why, how. We are pretty much just Premier League junkies. Let us know other teams to look out for, whether it's in the Championship, League One, League Two, all across Europe. Leave us some comments and let us know, like, hey, talk about this in the next episode. If you see a crazy game and, like...
The Saudi League.
Exactly. Like, incredible goals, whatever.
Yeah.
Just, we love soccer.
So
We
anything
love football.
fun, anything crazy, anything weird.
Silly.
Two last things that I want to touch on
Yep.
is I think you had a fantastic idea earlier today before we started our podcast.
I mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah, let us know if you would like us to do infrequent episodes or frequent episodes of something called Dean Watch.
Dean Watch.
Where we watch Mike Dean.
Just his highlights of the week.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't seen Mike Dean highlights at this point, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go to
Yeah.
YouTube,
He-
look up Mike Dean highlights. He celebrates goals.
He's the most magnificent ref.
He is.
I hope he gets his beard back.
I hope he gets his beard back. I'd give him mine.
Yeah, good. I would give him yours too.
That's nice of you.
So, looking forward to Dean Watch in the coming weeks. Whether or not you want to see it, if you watch these videos, you're going to see it.
And then the last thing we touched on previously, which is a while ago, I loved the show. I know you love the show too. Sunderland Till I Die.
Oh.
Probably the best footballing cinematography I have watched next to Ted Lasso.
And it's all real.
It's all real. Sunderland Till I Die. Do yourself a favor. Go watch it. It's on
I hope
Netflix.
they get promoted this year.
It's incredible.
They need to be back in the Prem.
They do. Wonderfully emotional, amazing, well shot, well documented, well commentated. Unbelievable show.
Yeah.
It automatically gave
I'm
Sunderland
getting-
a place in my heart.
I'm getting chills just thinking
Yeah.
about it.
So I think Sunderland would be another team that we will watch
Oh,
and check in on.
yeah. No, let's just...
Yep.
We'll have
just-
like a Sunderland...
Sunderland Sundays.
Yeah, something
Sometimes.
like
Sunderland Sundays sometimes.
that.
But I'd love to see what they do, and
Yeah.
I hope they come back up to the Prem. They're
Dean Watch,
historic.
Sunderland Watch, Sunderland...
Watch sometimes.
Subject Sundays. That's all we got. I think
Yeah.
that's all I've got.
That's all I've got. I could talk more about random stuff, but
Absolutely.
thanks.
Wait, there was something else. And that's the end of the show. Our equipment will be better next time. It's just telling us to stop. So,
We're gonna stop.
let us know where you're watching from. This is mostly for, like, whoever watches it, I guess.
Yeah.
But we're Americans, and I think it would be cool to get more Americans involved and in love with the sport.
Really stuff yourself into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, it's all about getting stuck in
myself
and
into
just
the nitty gritty.
the love of the sport, the love of the game. It sounds cheesy, but that's like I love the sport more than any team.
Yep.
Like I love Liverpool with everything that I am, and I love football even more. So let us know where you're watching from. If you are an American, who's your favorite club? What leagues do you follow?
What leagues do you want us to follow?
Yeah, give us some leads on your leagues. All right, that's our show.
Cool.
Good night.